Hey, PT for Studio Live today. Now, exactly 1 week ago, I sat right here and I said that in the month of March 2018, we would write, record, mix and master an entire song right here in GarageBand iOS. And for the last 7 days, that is exactly what I have done. So today, in this episode, I'm going to be taking you through what we have written so far. And I want you to provide feedback, comments, suggestions, and ideas about where we take it from here. So I need to know, what do we keep? What do we get rid of? What do we add before we start the recording process for this song? So let's go. Okay, so this is going to be like one of those recap shows where we take you through what we have done. But if you want to see the last 6 days worth of work, please go back to the start. You can watch all of the episodes and see what we've done. But here we are. So I'll take you through at a very high level. We have 2 audio recorder tracks here, and these are tracks that I captured while I was walking past a big band playing this particular piece of music at the start. So I'm going to play that now, and you can have a listen to what our current intro sounds like. And this is one of the things I need your help with, because does this intro stay or does it go? Intro yes or intro no? Let's play it now, and I need you to help me determine the future for this intro. Okay, so if you haven't been with me the whole time, that seems a little bit weird, and it is, and it probably now doesn't match the rest of the track particularly well. But I really like it because the premise of this song is it's supposed to be inspired by nature, and if possible, to include some nature sounds in it. So to have these samples in here, I was hoping we could do both of those things. However, once we kick into our actual song, it's sounding a bit different. Now, if you've been with me the whole time, you'd remember Isabella. She was in here doing her thing. Now, let's just mute out our sounds there. Let's bring Isabella and our oboe and our upright back in here. And let's silence by muting out the rest of our tracks here. So towards the start of the week, we had a track that sounded a bit like this. So we had the crux of it, but you know what? It sounded a little bit like a 1990s CD-ROM action-adventure video game, which there is nothing wrong with that, but that wasn't exactly what I was trying to do here. So Isabella and her sort of Cuban Latin rhythms went away. So did our weird oboe sound. However, and our upright bass is actually already gone as well. However, we did bring in those same riffs here with our guitar sounds. So as we developed this song, it sounded a little bit like this. Which is a lot more like what it's sounding like right now. So that is where we're at the moment. Now, through the week, we also had some vocals that we added in here. So originally, our vocals sounded a little bit like this. Yes, that's right. You can hear the background noise as I'm going duh, 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 and singing those vocals. Eventually, it turned into this, which is exactly the same thing, but I sang here in my studio directly into the iPad again. No microphone. And then eventually, just yesterday, we actually recorded some real vocals which sounded like this. But it seems that yours is stuck in 1982 and all the pain you worry about today. So once again, still some scratch vocals. We're not recording those through a microphone. We are just putting those directly into the iPad. However, we can now get rid of our other 2 tracks there. We're leaving them on mute at the moment because who knows, we might want to come back and laugh at those again in another week's time when we're at that phase. But what we have done here is that we've also gone through and recorded the entire rest of the track. So originally in our first few episodes, we were kind of up to here. We had a verse, chorus kind of idea. I then copy and pasted the rest of the track to another verse, chorus. I then recorded a bridge, which was actually only here on our acoustic guitar. So down the bottom here, our acoustic guitar is kind of the only instrument that goes all the way through, because in the bridge here that we recorded just yesterday, we only have the acoustic, we don't have our electric guitars, and that sounds a bit like this. Now, where is our vocals that we recorded yesterday? You might be asking. Well, we got rid of them because they were so off the beat. So let's just bring them back just for a bit of a laugh and listen to how out of time these were. I was very tired last night when I recorded these, so let's just play these back and hear what they sounded like.
And if you open up your eyes and start to look around, you'll start to feel.
So we weren't only off the beat, we were like randomly off the beat. We were like 1 beat, 2 beats, we were just all over the place. Hang on, don't do that. So I've removed those for now because what I've done today is I've gone in and I've recorded, I've actually just copy and pasted the rest of the drums, which the drums are actually only at the moment kind of some toms and some bass or kick drums. So let's listen to that. So we need to actually fill out the drums, which is the one thing we need to do. So any ideas you have about drums, definitely let me know about those. And the other thing we did was we added a new piano part. So the piano part that you'd remember sounds a bit like this. And there is our bridge piano part. So when we come in here, I've just randomly turned the volume down. When we come in here and put that back in our mix, it sounds like this. So what we've got there is our piano part. So we recorded this just today, and if we play that, it sounds like this. And that goes along with the acoustic guitar track we recorded yesterday. So we still don't have a bridge recording for our bass and our 2 electrics because I haven't had time to plug my guitar back in there. And I removed the vocals for reasons that we said before. Let's just get rid of this bit while we're here. So that's our bridge. I've then just done a copy and paste job here on the end. So you'd remember if you watched episode 6, I think, that we didn't have this last section, so I've copied and pasted some of these sections here for our guitars, for our strings, for everything else. So we now have close to a full arrangement here. We have all of our lyrics written. If you missed the lyrics video, that was yesterday. There'll be a link up there and down there if you want to check that out. But what we have now is the end-to-end song. It's going to be about 3 minutes, and there's a few crucial decisions we made. So as I alluded to earlier, we have this intro, which is a little bit controversial, and I've already asked you guys about this, and some have said, yep, it's good. Some have said, no, get rid of it. And the whole idea of this was the contrasting of it, but I'm not completely married to it. It was just an idea at the time, and it's inspired the song. So when we get to the end, let me know what you think. Does it intro yes or intro no? And poor Isabella's kind of already gone out there. We need to update some drums. Tell me what you think we need in the drums section for this song. Do we need to bring Isabella back with her Cuban Latin beat that sounds like this? Or does she just stay muted and silent as she has been for a while? What do we need to add to the drums? Should I get a drummer involved here? Should I program some drums? Should I keep using the smart drums? The piano I'm pretty happy with. I'm going to just use some some chords that we already have in there using the chords. The oboe part, a lot of people have said that did not sound right. It sounded fake. It sounded not in the style of the song. And I agree. So the oboe's pretty much gone. If you love the oboe, let me know. We can maybe bring it back. The strings here, I want to enhance these strings. So at the moment, we only have the high strings here. I'd probably like to bring in some low strings. Let me play these. So the strings are just a bed at the moment, but I wouldn't mind bringing those in. Now our upright bass, I did enjoy our upright bass, and if you watched the second video, I think we recorded these upright bass, and I liked the sound of it, but it just didn't quite work for us. So it does a little bit of that. We can try and bring that back into the mix. If you really like the upright bass, let me know. The bassoon just does its thing. It just sits in here behind and does this, which I don't mind. It kind of just adds that sort of lower mid-range to the song. We don't want to bring back our da-da-da audio tracks. They are going to get deleted very soon. Our vocal here, as I said, we've removed the section in the middle there. We have our initial section there and that one there. These are 100% scratch vocals. If you heard my vocal recording, my voice was sounding a little bit like it's sounding here tonight, as if it shouldn't be included in there for very long. So that's probably going to go. The second vocal track here was just that For the Birds section towards the back here, which sounded like this.
It's for the birds.
And then sounded like this.
It's for the birds. Leaving everything. It's for the birds.
And at the moment it is too loud. Someone actually said, yep, that's too loud. That vocal there, the It's for the Birds. That's going to be very much a background vocal. That was just me playing around with how it was going to sound. I do need to fill in the bridge section for these, without turning my headphones down, for these guitars here. And that's about it. My acoustic I'm kind of happy with. And what I've been doing today is I've been playing this track on my acoustic to learn the words, to make sure that the arrangement works as an end-to-end kind of piece. So what I need now is your help, your support, your guidance in telling me, where do we go from here? What do we change? What do we add? What do we remove? What do we tweak? And how do we get this song sounding great before we jump in next week and start recording these real parts? Because what I'll be doing next week is I'll be grabbing my Steinberg UR12. You know it's my favorite audio interface. I'll be plugging in guitars, keyboards, vocal microphones, and I'll be doing some MIDI instruments as well, as you can see here, and programming some drums, and I'll be getting this song recorded and tracked here so that by the third week of this challenge, we're ready to mix and master this track. So let me know what you think, and we will go from there. This has been Pete for Studio Live today. Have a great night.
Every time I think about the things you say are true, it gets me thinking about the different ways we choose to spend our time. And I know that there are differing priorities, but it seems that yours is stuck in 1982. And all the pain you worry about today, just leave behind. Just listen up and say it's for the birds. It's for the birds. It's for the birds. It's for the birds. One thing you always say is look out for yourself. Nobody else is gonna keep you safe and make you satisfied. And it's something that I just can't go come to terms with, so you can keep yourself protected from society and all the friends you don't belong the way. We'll all move on without you, and they'll say it's for the birds. It's for the birds. It's for the birds. It's for the birds. Pretending that you are much better than the other people. Finding faults in things that don't align with what you want to hear. Believing everything that you were told when you were growing up. 'Cause out of your own happiness is all that matters in the end. Rejecting others for the way that they decide to live their life. Denying every single fact you know deep down is the truth. Intimidated, sad and scared is the reasons for your pain. So now it's time to start it again.